Come on.
Whoa, there.
Oh,
You were
there he
there.
is.
You were there
Oh.
for a sec.
You were
Yep.
there for a
Yep.
second.
I can hear you. What'd you
It
do?
works.
All right. Sweet.
Yay!
Sorry about that.
What was it?
I don't even know. I just switched back and forth between voice inputs like multiple times, and eventually it worked.
All right. Well, I guess don't touch it.
Yeah.
Very nice.
We're not going to touch anything.
All right. You want to kick us off, Ghost?
Yes. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the LDS Gamers podcast, episode something. 22? We up to 22 now?
24.
24. Super close. Yeah. Hey, everybody. Sorry about that. I take full responsibility for the technical difficulties. I figured that 3 minutes was plenty of time to get all of this ironed out before I joined the stream. So it was not. We have with us tonight Luther Bling.
Hello, everyone.
You've already seen. And Games Night.
Yes.
And for the first time ever, Werecat.
Woo.
Hi.
Hey, Werecat. We're in the same shirt.
Yeah, we
Represent.
are. We're twinsies.
Yeah. You can find the shirt conveniently in our shop at ldsgamers.com/shop.
Shameless plug.
Shameless plug. So let's quickly get into what we've been up to apart from like quarantining ourselves.
We can talk about that too.
We'll talk about that. We can talk about that. All right, so let's talk about what we've been up to game-wise and how the changes in our rapidly changing world are affecting us. So for me, I have been doing zero gaming. No, I take that back. I started Animal Crossing.
Oh, nice.
That's something.
Yeah, it's something. It's better than nothing. But yeah, so that's me. And let me tell you, having kids is fun. Having kids, but having kids all stuck in the house and with no place to go, that stinks. So I've been working from home, and I'm fortunate. I feel fortunate to have a job where I can work from home.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are not able to, and that stinks. But throw some kids in the mix, and yeah, so people are hurting, and my heart goes out to everyone that's been affected by this, and it's not been fun. It's not been easy, and who knows how long this will be. But it's a little ray of sunshine at the end here. I just saw President Nelson's call for a worldwide fast.
Yeah.
So that'll be fun for this Sunday. So fast or don't. I don't care, but I do. Anyway, that's me. Hard Games Night. What have you been up to?
Yep. I've been up to, the good old self-isolation stuff. Though I have been identifying with a lot of those memes that are like when your daily lifestyle is called quarantine. So I'm definitely a homebody. So I'm loving life, but my poor wife is a people person. She likes being with people and talking with people and being out there. And she's like, tonight, can we I don't know, go on an adventure, get some takeout? That counts, right? And I'm just like, yeah. But
Nice.
yeah, it's been a little harder for her. She's a little more stir crazy. But yeah, we've just been doing all of that good old self-isolation stuff, keeping ourselves healthy. Yeah, and with her, especially, we want to make sure she doesn't get sick. And we actually Lysol our shoes before we come in the house and leave them outside. We're definitely taking a lot more precautions than normal just to make sure, because yeah, definitely don't want to get that. I'd be fine, but it would be a little harder for her with her health and stuff. So
right. Yeah, I've got a couple cousins, I think I've told you before, that have CF, so they're on high alert as well. And
yeah,
my mother-in-law's got COPD, and this is the kind of disease that just is not friendly to people with lung issues. So.
Yeah, it's kind of what I've been telling people is these measures we're taking aren't for the healthy people. We're really doing this for the people who have those sensitive immune systems. Because and I'm used to it, being married to her for a year now. The stuff that's dangerous to her doesn't even affect me, but I still have to live my life in a way that I don't bring that stuff home.
Right.
So it's it's interesting. It's been this weird dichotomy as I've been talking to people about COVID-19, where I'm like, don't freak out, but also don't be, lazy about your health and stuff. It definitely, there does need to be a level of caution. But if you're fine and healthy, don't try and freak out too much. But
There's something between Bubble Boy and licking poles on the subway.
and that's what we're looking
Yes.
for here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's what we've been up to, just doing that. And then I had tons of fun editing that top 10 video.
Yeah,
That
hey,
was so
round of
much fun.
applause for Hard Games Night. It's been 2 years. We had
That's
dried up.
insane. That's
Yeah,
that's not great.
I feel
Long
so
time.
bad about that. Yeah. So, but we got another one out, which was
Yep.
great, and hopefully we can keep cranking them out between Zach and Wormo. And do you prefer Zach or Zachary?
I go with Zach. Yeah, Zach is
Okay.
usually how I go by. But
Okay.
yeah, I hope to keep those memes going. I love doing that. But with this time around, since I had a little more time, there wasn't a schedule yet. I wanted to make sure there's a nice comeback party, like just
Yeah,
all the stops.
it was memorific.
Memorific, yeah. Just I think my favorite to edit was Pied Pipers with the Danny DeVito. So anyway, I started blasting like just that clip of his matched it so perfectly.
It was awesome. It was
yeah.
awesome. Well
So,
done.
Good
Well
times.
done.
Thank you. I'm excited to do
Awesome.
more.
Yeah. Werecat, what have you been up to?
I've been watching a lot of Korean dramas because I love them.
Go on.
I don't know. There's just something about them that it's fun. The reading subtitles isn't fun, but it's worth it.
Okay. Take us through like an appropriate, like, what happens in these shows.
What would
So
you
a lot
compare
of-
them to that we'd be familiar with?
Yeah. Because you're not the first person that has
that's a
told
good
me they
question.
enjoy these.
See, it's like I don't know. It's hard to compare it to something.
Are they like soap operas?
Yeah, kind of like a soap opera. Exactly. Like it's like most of them are like this super poor girl somehow meets a super rich guy and they hate each other and then they fall in love and
Mm-hmm.
and then they have issues after they fall in love, like issues being together and stuff.
Cultural issues.
Yeah, exactly, cultural issues. And then it all turns out happy in the end.
Right.
That's how most of them go. And they're
Gotcha.
all the same, but I love them all.
Nice. Awesome. Gaming wise?
Well, I normally play League of Legends like all the time. I haven't been playing that a whole lot lately. I've kind of been wanting to, I don't know, get into other stuff as well, but I'm not entirely sure what. And I don't really want to download games or buy games that I don't know if I'm gonna like yet. Though I did download a couple ones that were free that I might never play. Who knows?
That's how it goes.
Yeah, right. But I've been playing Legends of Runeterra, which is also a Riot Games game. And Jackbox games, which is fun. But I mean, other than that, I haven't really been playing a whole lot of stuff lately. Just been hanging out with my kids and my husband because he's home,
Nice.
and writing as well.
Oh, fun.
Nice.
Yep.
Cool.
That's how my quarantine's been going.
The life cat. Cool.
Exactly.
Martin Luther Bling, I saved
Hello.
you for last because I forgot to put you first. What have you been up to?
Nothing good, man. Yeah, similar. I've been working from home for the last 2 weeks. My wife has also been working from home. So yeah, we're both fortunate to be able to do that. Yesterday I went and ran some groceries to my grandparents.
Nice.
It's kind of weird. Like I bought them some stuff, drove down, handed it to my grandma like through the like glass screen door, and then like talked to her with her like behind the shield for a few minutes, and I don't know, it was really weird.
Yeah,
You just want to give your grandma a hug, but then
right.
you can't.
Yeah. A hug of sick.
Yeah, so but what have I been up to? FIFA, of course.
No.
I've been getting back into Rocket League a little bit. I played some I played my ranking matches. A new season just started, and I hit champ 1. So this is my first time ever getting past diamond into champ. So that was cool. We'll see if I can keep it there. I feel like I'm going to go on a losing streak and rank down, but we'll see.
I believe in you.
Well, with that attitude, I mean,
Yeah. I've been playing Apex. Apex is fun. I got a couple new games. I've played a little bit of Doom Eternal and Half-Life Alyx. Half-Life Alyx is really cool. It's like what every VR game is trying to be.
yeah.
I've gotten like a level and a half into it. I still don't know from what I've read as far as how long it goes. I don't know if it's worth $60, but
Oh, interesting. Okay.
it sounds like it takes 10 to 15 hours, which is that's a lot for a VR game.
That's a lot for
Um,
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not I mean, most games that I pay $60 for, I would want more time out of. I
Right,
guess
yeah.
in like a
Replayability.
yeah, in like $1 per hour calculation.
Well, that actually brings up an interesting point though with VR games because they take, I'm guessing, a lot more effort to make. So I wonder if our expectations for VR game pricing may have to shift a little. I don't have a VR setup,
Yeah.
but it's some. I wonder, yeah.
Yeah, I think also the market is a lot smaller. So they
Mhm.
need to make
That's
their
true.
money from fewer purchases as well. So I think, if they made a Half-Life episode, which is basically what this is, it's not really a full Half-Life game. It's more comparable to the episodes in terms of length. That wouldn't normally be $60, but there's plenty of VR games that the whole experience is like 2-3 hours, and those are 30 or $40. So,
Right.
in terms of value, it's not bad as far as VR games go. But I don't normally spend $60 on games, period. Much less a game that usually I can only play a VR game for like 2 hours tops, and then I gotta take a break and do something else just because I start getting woozy or like my head starts hurting. So it's
That's just the cancer.
I just haven't built up the endurance for VR like I have regular gaming yet. So
Yeah. Well, it's this just goes to show you how little sleep I'm getting. But I've been playing Alex too. When I said I wasn't playing the games, that was a big lie. I downloaded Alex, and I've had a lot of fun. Like I have a couple hours into that game, and it's enjoyable.
it's
I wouldn't
scary.
say it is scary. I wouldn't say it's a game for everyone. I
Yeah.
would rate it as an M. I haven't found any language yet or anything sexual, but just it's kind of gory a little bit because the
Yeah.
zombies are kind of like they're zombies. So, but yeah, I had no expectations going into Half-Life Alyx, so this is kind of a new experience for me. I haven't played any of the other Half-Life games,
Oh,
which I'm
really?
sure is like a cardinal sin as a gamer. I also haven't played any Portal games, so I'm just like a
Wow.
horrible person.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to boot you from this call right now.
Yeah, I don't
boot
even
him
know
from
why
the
I'm here.
server.
So I've got some catching up to do. But Alex has just been really cool, like really cool. So okay, let's get caught up on chat here. So VR setup, I think Bling has a Oculus Rift.
I do.
I have a Rift S. Animal Crossing Eternal, yeah, the Doom Eternal Animal Crossing mashup for sure. Oh, there's his and mine's controller. They flipped the controllers around for the Rift S. The circular part used to go underneath, but now
Yeah.
it goes up.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I know Portal is amazing. I have it downloaded. I have both of them downloaded, but I just find the time. It's those darn kids. But anyway, but yes, Bling is a Cubs fan. I live
am.
in Cubs land, but I'm a Boston guy. All right. Outer dankness forever. All right, Bling, were you was that the extent of your game ability at this point?
Yeah, pretty much.
No.
Yeah, we're done.
Legend. Oh no, again, we're done here. Okay.
We're done here.
So I had a soundbite already for the LDS Gamers Discord community update. And I think that's what was causing issues with why I couldn't join earlier with the audio. So we won't play it. It's working. No, it's not. But we are now crawling up on, let's say, 3,279 members, and concurrent members, as especially with how things have been going lately with everyone using their computer more. I guess we're almost at 1,000 concurrent people.
Wow,
like around 900-ish.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. And let's talk about what's been in the latest Humble Bundle.
Okay.
That's the thing on here. Let's go for it.
That is a thing.
Oh, wait, but before we do, I'm sorry. This wasn't in the show notes. I should have updated it. But we've got 2 new LDSG team members.
Let's talk about that.
Talk about that. One of them is here with us right now, Mr. ahardgamesnight. Has joined the LDSG squad as a guy over our community engagement. So that's pretty exciting for us. Today we just had Caden.
Good old Caden.
Join the LDSG team as a staff writer. So he's been awesome on the blogs or on the blog writing articles. They're just, I don't even really get into Nintendo games, but when I read his stuff, it makes me want to play Nintendo games. I don't know, it just brings just a natural enjoyment for Nintendo stuff. But
he has a really good knack for writing, for sure.
Yeah, he's a really creative writer.
Good.
Yeah. So if you haven't checked out any of his stuff, ldsgamers.com/blog will expose you to some of his word dealer trinkets. How about that?
Word dealer.
Word dealer trinket. Awesome. All right. So, latest Humble Bundle.
Okay.
Yes, I'm excited because I've been eyeing it because it's got F1 2019 in it. I was thinking about picking it up.
Dude, that's not even the latest one.
Yeah. Oh, what? Oh.
We got Owlboy in this one, right?
So guess what? You can just go ldsg.io/humble and it will always take you to the most recent games bundle on Humble Bundle. The most recent one is this award winners bundle. So it's a collection of games that have won different awards. You've got your different tiers here. Let me make this a little bigger. So these are in the $1 tier. We've got Quadrilateral Cowboy, which I haven't heard of most of these games other than Owlboy. I've heard a lot of good things about Owlboy.
Owlboy's fantastic.
The buttermelons.
Yeah.
They will lead you home.
Hey, thank you for that follow.
Desmond.
And one of the really cool things about using that link is you can come down here. Each Humble Bundle has, you can choose where your money goes. So how much of it you want to go to the game publishers. The charity for this Humble Bundle is Direct Relief. I know they're doing a lot of work for coronavirus relief. Humble Tip, this goes to Humble Bundle. And then you can also give money to LDS Gamers and we get a kickback for whatever you decide to give to us. So that's there. And then the bundle that Hard Games Night was talking about is the Just Drive bundle. Has some racing games in here. I was thinking about picking this one up for Project Cars 2.
Yeah.
And you said there was a F1 game in here as well?
I think that's the monthly Humble is what it is. And that game alone was making me want to pay for this month's Humble because F1 2017 doesn't work on my computer anymore. I loved it, but for some reason it doesn't work anymore. So I need a new F1 game. And seeing as how that's this month's bundle, I really want to pick it up.
on there too.
Yeah, and Planet Coaster. I've wanted to try Planet Coaster. Roller Coaster Tycoon was one of my favorite games as a kid. So I need to get Planet Coaster as well. So I might be grabbing that.
Yep. So if you use the affiliate link and sign up for Humble Choice, we also get a small cut of that. So
nice. I'll make sure to do
yeah,
that.
Every little bit helps.
That's what's in the Humble bundle.
Sweet.
Cool.
So let's talk. I'm gonna let you talk more about this, Bling. The LDSG Gamers folding.
Yeah.
What is that, and why should we care?
So there's two. The main one we've been doing is called Folding at Home, and it's a platform where scientists can basically upload simulations or renders that they want to do of different research, and basically you can donate your computer CPU and GPU power to scientists, and they can essentially use your hardware to do simulations of different research they're working on. So one of the main ones we're contributing towards is coronavirus research. So they're doing simulations of virus and imaging, rendering, and it helps scientists with their research. So if you go to the PC channel on our Discord, you can find out more information. If you want to join the team, you can check that out. There's the team number and all the information you need to join us. There's another one called Rosetta at Home, which is doing a similar thing. It's just a different group of scientists working on things. So there's been a huge movement online. Tons of different communities are jumping in and contributing to this. So much so that there's often not enough. They call them work units. There often aren't enough work units to be done. So the scientists are having a hard time keeping up, giving enough work units for people who want to join. But it's been really cool seeing the response, and there's been a huge boost in the activity on the site.
Yeah.
And currently, I think we're in the top 0.5% of teams on Folding at Home.
That's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super awesome.
Computers to put to work.
Yep.
I had to pause mine because my stuff was getting too hot. Yeah. I've got 2 graphics cards in there, and I guess the airflow wasn't ideal, so I had to stop it because I could cook an egg on the top of my PC case.
That's not good.
It was getting so hot. Yeah. Game releases. Game release. So there's one. What is it called? Animal Doom Eternal Crossing. What is it?
That's the one.
That's it. Nailed it. First try. Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Yeah.
New to the Nintendo Switch.
Has anyone played this?
No,
I have a little bit. Caden has. Check it out. From what I understand, I mean, this is a terrible thing to talk about since we really don't know a whole lot about it. But from what I have played of it, this is my first Animal Crossing game. So I'm sure there's people in the chat or that will listen to this and think, "Gosh, what a pleb! He shouldn't even be talking about this."
I've never played Animal Crossing at all.
I played the first one on GameCube. That when it first came out on the GameCube, I played it and I really enjoyed it. But that was back when I borrowed or rented most of my GameCube games, so I never owned it. And then I never had it for the mobile consoles either. But I mean, all the chat in the Animal Crossing channel is making me want to try it out and see if my wife might like it as well. But it looks like a really cute game. I mean, I don't know exactly what's different or what the huge thing with this one is, but looks like classic awesome Animal Crossing. First game was super fun. The gist of it is, you go around and you live a life in this town of anthropomorphic animals, and build logs and campfires, and then this one sit by the beach and you build a house. Someone said it's like a mortgage simulator. And I think in one of them you can become the mayor, maybe, or something like that. So yeah, it's just a really cute, wholesome game. And all you got to do is go over into the Splatoon and Animal Crossing channel, say, "Why should I play this game?" And just like
They will
everyone
tell you.
will tell you why you should play that game.
Yeah, they'll tell you for sure.
Mandolin said, "Except there's no interest on these mortgages."
Oh,
That would be amazing.
wow.
That's awesome.
Count me in. Did someone just call someone a pleb? I called myself a pleb, a team.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Half-Life Alex, we've kind of already talked about it. Do we want to go into any more?
Just it's scary. I saw some posts of someone posted just a screenshot from their Fitbit app of their
this
heart
is such
rate.
a scary part of the game that you're showing.
This is pretty early on.
Spooks
Mad
incoming.
No.
Mad No, thank
sub,
you for
man.
that sub. But yeah, just when you get those moments where you're shooting at a zombie coming at you and you run out of ammo and you're like trying to remember how to reload your gun as he's
I'm
walking
having, like,
towards you.
Flashbacks right now from this moment.
It's
Because I was one of the ones like trying to like fuss with the gun and grab the ammo.
Yeah.
And I died.
it's not just like a reload button. You have
No.
to push a button on the controller to drop the
Yep.
magazine, and then you
Check
got to
the
reach
mag.
into your backpack, grab a magazine, put it in the bottom, and
And
like
rack it.
pull the yeah.
Yeah.
And
So I figured out this part. I mean, we're showing it, so there's really no spoilers here. But the easiest way to get through this part I found was just where you start from. You just
Mhm.
bash the window out. Well, I shoot the guy who's sleeping first. That's my first thing. Shoot the guy who's sleeping. Everyone outside, I just bash through the window and I shoot him out through the window, and bam,
Huh.
good to go. You don't even have to. There's
I-
no at that point. There's no like franticity. I don't know.
I did it full frantic mode where I got to one part where I couldn't reload my gun and the zombie swiping at me, so I just started teleporting around a pole in circles so he couldn't get me while I was trying to figure out how to reload my gun. But
That's awesome.
yeah,
That's
I
funny, they
love
showed
the
us-
I love the gravity gloves. They're super fun. How you can just like pull
Yeah,
items
just
over
pull
to you
stuff
and
towards
grab
you.
them.
Yeah. It's funny because they just showed this guy trying to mod his weapon and he had no resin.
Yeah.
Like searching all over the place for resin. Like
Yeah.
it's a fun game. If you have VR, check it out. If you're not too sensitive to a little bit of gore. But yeah, like I said, it's not for everyone. It's definitely a mature game.
Yes.
But from what I've been able to tell, there's been no profanity yet. I don't know if it's just not in the game or what, but looks like this guy is finding resin all over the place. But
Yeah.
anyway, fun game. It's definitely interesting to see where VR is headed.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
it's definitely an interesting experience. So one game I wanted to talk about briefly, a little selfishly, was Phantasy Star Online 2. Now, we're talking about game releases. This isn't really a game release. This game has been out since 2008, but only on Japanese servers.
Oh.
Okay. So it has officially been released in North America, finally, after however long, 12 years. So I believe it's on all of the platforms, but it's an open beta right now.
Huh.
So if you've never checked out a Phantasy Star online game, the big one that I played was on the Sega Dreamcast, and then I played it again on GameCube, and then they released a version of it on the original Xbox that wasn't that good. But nay, now it's back, and it's a fun time. A lot of it's a lot of like just killing monsters. I mean, it's a normal RPG. Go kill monsters, get stuff, loot drops, get loot. But it's fun. It's been a fun time. So check it
Nice.
out. We've got I think we've got a guild going or an alliance going in on the Xbox at least. So I think we have a channel for it. Maybe we don't. I don't know things.
Don't know.
Yeah, speaking of JRPGs, Final Fantasy VII remake
Yes.
comes out soonish, right?
Yeah, April 10th.
That's exciting.
So about 2 weeks.
Man, people have been talking about this game for years. Like, that it's really exciting that it's coming out. I have not played the original Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, I've played a game you haven't.
Yep, but this one, I may just play this on my PS4 because I will admit I haven't been the biggest fan of the classic, 80s 90s JRPGs. The turn-based combat and just the way it's set up, just the flow never really kind of jived with me. I like more of the Kingdom Hearts style where it's like it's still an RPG, but like there's more like in the moment combat.
Mhm.
So my brother has played the demo and he said that it reminds him a lot more of the action RPG kind of style where they've shook it up like that or so. But either way, it looks gorgeous and I might actually finally play it this time around.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think it's a PS4 timed exclusive, so I'm not sure what other platforms it's going to be coming out on in the future. I'm not super up to date on it. Um, yeah, I've never gotten super into Final Fantasy games. But I may try out Final Fantasy 15 because I saw it's on Game Pass, um, on PC. So I may try that one out. But if Final Fantasy 7 Remake comes out on PC, I may pick it up just because it seems like it's one of those games that you need to play just to be gaming literate. But
Yeah. The Final Fantasy games are pretty much all fantastic. My favorites are 7, 8, and 9. And then 14, I've played a little bit online. We have
Yeah.
a few like really hardcore guys that are into the Final Fantasy online.
Yep.
Final Fantasy 14 online. So if you want to play with anybody that's Latter-day Saint or Latter-day Saint friendly, then hit us up.
Yeah. I played 14
So.
for a little bit. It was fun.
Oh, really? Yeah. I have just, there's so little time for me to play games. It's so depressing.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Well, with that being said, what does social distancing mean for gaming? Bling.
Yeah.
you-
Yeah, so I was just thinking about, what kind of impacts are we going to see from people staying at home on the games industry? Is that going to I can see it, certainly people have more time to play games. But do we think that'll potentially change what type of games are coming out, what type of games people like? Is this going to influence the entertainment industry in general? Or people aren't going to see movies in theaters and new movies are just coming out for streaming directly. Do people realize, hey, I don't really miss going to the theater, and people
Yeah.
prefer to just have that? I canceled my cable subscription because I only watched sports on cable. I'm guessing a lot of people are cutting the cord now, and they may have a hard time getting those subscribers back. I don't know. What any thoughts on the entertainment
Well,
industry with this?
I just today, Onward, the Pixar film Onward,
Yeah.
it's in theaters. I just bought it on Vudu for
Yeah.
my kids to watch. That was awesome. I wish I could do that with every new movie,
Yeah.
Like I paid full price. I had no problem paying 20 whatever dollars to watch it,
Yeah.
And I think, I don't know, I think this whole social distancing thing and people staying at home, I think it's going to have some sort of impact on the movie industry. But
Mhm.
to the extent, I don't know, gaming wise, I mean, we've seen more people gaming. Steam
Yeah.
reported how many concurrent users. It was record breaking. I don't remember the
22
exact number.
million.
22 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had 22
We might be
million.
seeing some bandwidth issues. I know we have been seeing bandwidth issues. I think, was it Netflix that dropped in the UK, dropped their bandwidth a little bit
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
somewhere,
they don't stream in high def. I think it's
right?
standard def now.
Yeah. So, I mean,
Xbox Live
everyone's
has
at
gone
home.
down a couple times. Discord has had issues.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So if anything,
everything's-
this whole thing is going to show us where our infrastructure needs to improve as far as communications go. Probably going to change movie industry. I don't know. I hope it does, because going to the movies, I mean, you're around, you have to enjoy it with a bunch of other people. Every time, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just like I have no self-control and a lot of like I'm just very impulsive. But when I go to the movies with my kids, they're like, I want popcorn. I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, let's get some popcorn. And then like they're like, I want some candy. I'm like, yeah, get some candy. You know, like how often do we do this? And then like we go to ring up and it's like $150. And I'm like, what?
Yikes.
Okay, well, all right. So, but like it happens every time. And
Yeah.
it's like we're not getting a bunch of stuff. It's like $20 for a popcorn. It's like I'd rather just spend $25 on the movie and watch it at home. You
Yeah.
know,
Yep.
That's the fair point actually. I didn't think of that because my wife and I, we do the $5 Tuesday matinee showings, and every now and then we'll splurge and we have a theater that lets you eat dinner while you watch the movie. So if there's like a really cool movie like Ford versus Ferrari, we went to the nice theater for that and like got to eat hamburgers and stuff, and it's like a nice restaurant and everything, and that's definitely not a cheap movie date. But for the most part, we don't really get the popcorn and candy, so it's like, yeah, $5 movie, like I can do that. I'd even do, $10 a ticket. But with kids though, that's actually a very interesting point.
To
Yeah,
5 kids to the movies. Yeah.
You can just get popcorn and candy at the store and pop it in the microwave and have a great movie night at home.
And those were awesome as a kid. That was like arguably just as fun.
Yeah. So I don't know if this is a Midwest thing, but do y'all put like ranch dressing seasoning on your popcorn?
Definitely not.
What's wrong with you?
No.
No. Okay, listen, this is new to me. My kids are obsessed with like you go to the movie theater and there's like, I don't know, there's
Colonel Seasons.
Yeah, like there's the seasoning stuff and there's like cheese and everything. You can like, first of all, everyone's touching that. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about all these things, coronavirus, but everyone touches those bins and they're just, my kids love that stuff. My wife loves that stuff. Like when I go to make popcorn in my house, they're like, do we have ranch seasoning? And I'm like, no. They're like, no, I don't want popcorn. It's like gross. Like, what's wrong with you?
Never heard
Like,
about that until now.
Messed up, man.
I've seen some of that stuff. Yeah,
Hey, Galactic.
I don't know. One other thing I've been thinking about is, are we going to see an increase in popularity for stuff like YouTube and Twitch? I was watching ESPN the other day, and they're having a show where it's like two whatever analysts talking, and they're both basically Skyping in, and the video quality is terrible, that they're just using like their iPhone or tablet or whatever microphone, and it sounds awful. And I'm like, Twitch streams look way better than this. And this is on like ESPN.
ESPN Ocho.
So like are we, is the bar going to be lowered to where people don't expect that high level of quality, or are people going to be like, hey, these people that have been doing online entertainment on Twitch or YouTube, they know how to do it remotely, and they can do it much better quality than these professional broadcast networks. And do we see an increase in those kind of entertainment mediums?
That very well could happen. I mean, we've seen that with education and YouTube. I mean, people are starting to wonder, like, do we go to college anymore? And I definitely, vouch for it if one wants to do it or can do it. But as far as just like flat out learning a skill, YouTube's really good for that. College can provide a lot of other networking resources, and then you've got the libraries. I realized one day, I'm like, part of the reason it's so expensive is you're paying for that facility, not just the classes. Because if you just want to pay for a class, you can definitely do that smaller. And I think what we're seeing here too is then, with these broadcast networks, the millennials have it as far as Twitch is concerned. We've been using this stuff for years, and we're really used to using all that tech. And there may be a bit more, even more of a draw to the Twitch format. I could see that. I'm curious to see who may hit their break on Twitch because of this, because you have so many people home. A lot more people might be turning to this. It's really unknown how it'll spin out, but I'm curious to see too if there's going to be any rise in single player games, because I feel like those haven't gotten as much love with the rise of Xbox Live and PSN. Not that there isn't any, but there
Well, it's
was
all
an
about
EA.
microtransactions. I mean, how are you
Exactly.
going to show off your sweet
Yep.
gear you spent $500 on if you're playing by yourself?
Exactly. I
So
mean, it was crazy. I was watching a video on Fallen Order, and this guy was talking about how the EA's CFO was quoted as saying something. I'm paraphrasing the quote, but it was something along the lines of like, nobody wants to play single player games anymore. It's all about the multiplayer experience. And it's like, one, that's completely wrong because look at Fallen Order.
Yeah,
Everyone
right.
absolutely is eating it up. So it just goes to show what market research and not having your soul in the industry may do to skew your
Well,
presentation of games.
where
But
that's
yeah.
coming from is them just making billions off of Ultimate Team and Madden and FIFA.
Yeah.
It's all about
And
those
people like Bling.
microtransactions. No,
Ooh, shots fired.
I don't spend any money on packs.
You know me. I'm the worst person to be
I don't-
talking about
I
this.
don't. I haven't spent any money on microtransactions in FIFA in years, and probably like $20 in my life of FIFA playing.
Yeah, I spend way too much money on microtransactions. I'm one of the suckers that's the cause of this problem.
Well, I think part of it for you is you don't have as much time to play, and so
Exactly.
it's like a shortcut to getting the stuff that you want.
Yep. No, it's 100%. Like I'll go to sit down, like for instance, like Apex Legends. When I sit down, like I'm like, oh, I could use that legend. That's a new legend. I haven't used him yet. I'll just buy all of them. That way
Yeah.
I have them. And then like, $40 later, I'm like, well, I mean, they need skins. So
One of the funniest things to me about those type of games is like it's a first person shooter. Why do you need a cool skin for your character when you don't see it? It's like
yeah.
you get to see it if you win and on the loading screen.
Yeah.
I think I will say, like, as far as playing Destiny, I'm tempted to buy the Hunter pack for cosmetics. It looks pretty awesome. I'm holding myself back. I'm like, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't spend money on a cool costume, even though it's dope. For the game, I could see things like Destiny with Trials of Osiris. Like, you can definitely use it as a way to flex. Because those opening ways, as far as it goes, like, with things like war and intimidation and things like that, there are times where I'll see, ooh, my hair's crazy there. There's times where I'll be playing and I'll see a certain cosmetic or a certain exotic. I'm like, ooh, that guy's sweaty. He knows what he's doing. So there is some wager that, and we're all adults here, but I think to my some of my family who's younger in high school and stuff like that, who are more the new generation of gamers growing up, and how there, from what I've seen at least, there is definitely a collectathon component to that, if that's the right word to use. But it's all about flexing. It's definitely a flex if you've got that cool emote or that cool skin or something like that. If we go back to the 90s, that's what it was like when you had Mewtwo or Mew. If you're like, oh, I got Mew, like, what are you doing with your life in Pokemon? We had our own versions of that. The difference was it wasn't always paid. Or if we did pay, it was a special case for our Game Boy Color or a special edition of an Xbox controller, something you could actually physically hold. I think just nowadays, it's all digital, which is harder for some of the older audience maybe to wrap their mind around, especially parents.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Knight says, you got to be honest, seeing the enemy with a fancy cosmetic is horrifying.
Isn't it? It is.
I got that skin. It's if you have Twitch Prime, you can get that skin, the unicorn skin in Doom Eternal, and it's pretty goofy if you're wearing that skin in the single player campaign, because he's wearing that in all the cutscenes. So it's like this super dramatic cutscene with like some demon wizard dude talking to you, and he's just walking around with his fluffy pink tail and unicorn horn and like rainbow feathers and stuff. It's pretty hilarious.
Well, and the other thing too is like with those emotes, like in Destiny especially, you have your little ghost hover over you if you die. the blade wipe emoji that they've got where like, pulls out like a blade and like wipes it on his arm. Like if someone's actually good and then they throw that out, it is definitely a flex where you're like, oh, okay. Like, so there is a weird psychological component to it, but I guess it's like, is that worth $8 to you? Do you want to spend $8 to $15 or more to flex on people? So
Yeah. Yeah,
and that's
we're
not
just
bad. No judgment. I mean, like I said, I'm thinking about getting some cosmetics myself.
Yeah, we're just talking about microtransactions in general. Hey, thanks, Silver Houses. By the way, that's my background TV. So I've got like N64 intro screens and stuff playing on there. And if you see some really weird videos, people who subscribe to my Twitch channel can add their favorite YouTube video to my playlist of videos on there. So that's if you see a weird Zelda one with him dancing around with Ganon, that's from my wife from when she subscribed to my channel. So yeah, there's some goofy ones.
Snowboard Kids.
Yeah.
So
that was a fun one.
Oh, such a fun game.
So yes, talking about how the epidemic and everything, or the pandemic is changing the gaming industry. Sure there are going to be a lot more people playing a lot more often, but I don't really think there's going to be a lot more new people playing, because the people who aren't really interested in gaming aren't going to start gaming. Maybe there are going to be some, but honestly, I think this is where like Jackbox games and stuff like that shine, because when people, they want to get together, so get out the board games and the card games, which is what they are.
Right.
I mean, I know just like me, we're having a family game night with my husband's family tomorrow night, just with Jackbox games, and
Oh, that's awesome.
a lot of them game, but a lot of them don't. And it's just, I think it's just gonna be a good way to get together and socialize while we can't get together.
Right.
Well, on a side note, that even makes me think too. One thing I love about Nintendo games, like Smash Brothers and Mario Kart, is those can be really fun no matter how good you are at gaming. Like
Yeah,
if you're a complete noob, zero coordination, like all of the items and just craziness of Smash Brothers can be like super hilarious and stuff like that. But if you want to go hard and like be super sweaty, like you can all items off, final destination only, and go hard. And the same goes for Mario Kart. And so I think Nintendo games will probably really shine. Those will probably get dusted off if they've not been used in a while. Then yeah, Jackbox is going to be good. I've got a friend who can't watch the stream tonight, but he's setting up a Jackbox party for our college friend group. We've all graduated, but like it's really cool that you can do that. You can just throw it up on a Discord call or Twitch stream, and then y'all remote in, and it's a game, but it's not like a video game. It's like apples to apples.
Right,
But
it's like you're playing card games,
yeah,
board games.
Yep.
yeah. So it's cool. I think that this I think Werecat put it really good that those who already like games play more of them, and those who don't like games are bored out of their minds.
They're binging
they are going to
Netflix
struggle.
and
Yes, they are doing the other visual medium for relaxing and being entertained. So
I guess while we're on the topic, for people who are, locked up at home, looking for things to do, what games would you recommend other than the ones we've already talked about?
So other than the ones we talked about, because definitely would recommend Destiny, especially in the LDSG clans. By the way, if any of you, fun fact, it's free to play. If you didn't know that, and the clans are awesome. Tons of people love to Sherpa and show you the ropes. Really friendly community. So
we'll suck up lots of hours if that's what you're looking to do.
There is no shortage of content. If you're brand new, you will definitely be busy for the weeks you're quarantined. But for me though, I would recommend Horizon Zero Dawn, especially since there was an announcement for that coming out to PC in the summer, I think it was. That's a fantastic game. Took me like 80 hours or so to 100% it with the DLC and everything, and fantastic open world game. Just wonderful, executes all the elements basically perfectly in my opinion. Like it's a pretty good game when the one gripe you have is the uncanny valley effect. on some NPCs' faces, like some wooden facial expressions. If that's the worst thing you have to say about a game, that's got to be pretty good. So,
Yeah.
absolutely love that. I would highly recommend Horizon Zero Dawn if you haven't played it yet. Super Metroid, for those of you on the Nintendo Switch. Super Metroid is a fantastic Metroidvania. It doesn't have tons of a story, but it's a really awesome action game with just enough of a story. And Child of Light, that was on sale or free or something like that, and that's a good game to play by yourself or with friends because there is a co-op component to it, and actually a pretty necessary one where in the combat system, usually you control it with your mouse or like the left stick on your controller. But you could have a friend pick up that, and what you do is you're able to like help deflect enemies or pause them from attacking you and stuff like that. And it can be actually a really awesome cooperative experience from my experience with Child of Light. Plus, it's a fantastic story. 9 out of 10 from me.
Nice.
Sweet.
Let's see. So we talked about party games. Well, one party game we didn't talk about. If you've played all the Jackbox games and you're looking for more, check out a game called Use Your Words. It's similar to Jackbox, but different. So it's all like word-based type games where you're like one is there's a newspaper, front page of a newspaper and a goofy picture, and you have to write the headline, and then you vote on which one you think is the funniest. Or one is they show a clip from a foreign film and there's one line is missing from the subtitles and you got to write in what that missing line is. So
Nice.
that one's pretty funny. That's a really good one. Yeah, Mandolin, Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes is a really good one. So you can play that with friends locally. If you're you can also do it remotely. You can do it over Discord chat. So that's a really good one. Speaking of which, how lucky are we that this is happening now and not like 20 years ago where we don't have streaming services, we don't have online gaming or Discord or Twitch or the capability to work from home. All of us would just be out of work for however long. Like we're pretty fortunate that it's not going to hit us as hard as it would have in the past. Another really good one I would recommend, this is free, Twitch Sings. You can have a karaoke party with your family. They now have a party mode online, so you can join a karaoke room with up to 5 other people and alternate and take turns singing songs. But Twitch Sings is a free app you can download. They have a ton of songs on there, and it basically turns any computer into a karaoke machine. I just recently bought another microphone specifically for Twitch Sings. And so I'm going to be doing a stream. If you want to join and do a party, send me a DM on Discord, and we can get that set up. Destiny 2 is a great one. Apex Legends, that one's free to play. Lots of battle royale games out there that are free to play. You can pick up. Keep an eye on our game deals and trades channel. Seems like almost every day for the last couple weeks, people have been posting different games that are free to add to your Steam account or Epic Games account, or free to play for a week. Keep an eye on that channel. There's tons of free content there that gets posted, or really good deals of games that are super cheap. And then another recommendation would be Game Pass. You get so many games. It's $10 a month on Xbox, $5 a month on PC, and I think you get your first month for like $1. Or at one point it was like your first 3 months for $1. I'm not sure what the promo is right now, but you get a ton of games.
Yeah, if I could jump in on that too. Yeah, Game Pass is awesome. PlayStation, PS now. I don't know the availability, but they've got their own version of that. And then there's also Origin has their EA access, which of course, don't want to start fire in the chat about that. But these services in general, being able to pay a small amount of money to have access to all those games, and I would heartily recommend Game Pass because of things like Forza Horizon 4, and a lot of people love the Halo collection as well. There's a lot of good stuff there. I know some people have said, well, I don't get to keep the games. And maybe this is just me because I grew up in the Blockbuster generation, but I would say at least 50-60% of the games I played growing up as a kid were through 1 or 2 week rentals at Blockbuster. And I kind of see Game Pass as renting. Like you get, except it's even better because you pay, that like $5 or $10 a month, and then you have access to like 200 games that you
Yep.
can just play, come and go as you want. And like you had to pay like $15 for 2 weeks for one game
Yep.
in the 90s. So it's actually an amazing deal if you view it as you're just renting the game. So for definitely those who are on the fence, if it would be worth it, yeah, you're not keeping it, but it's literally no different in practice than renting games.
Yeah, and
Except
there's
way better.
as far as like those single player games, most of those I'm going to play one time and never touch again. And so like
Yeah.
if I play through 2 of those games in a year, like it's worth it.
It is, yeah.
And,
That's true.
And there are games that I know I would have bought, but I didn't have to because it's on Game Pass. Like I got Game Pass essentially just for Forza Horizon 4 and Sea of Thieves. And like I've paid less than I would have for those 2 games in like a year. And I've gotten access to a ton of other games, got to try a bunch of other games that I never would have tried because I wasn't going to pay $60 to get them.
Yeah. Because like I definitely I was thinking about buying Fallen Order when it came up, and but I didn't have quite the budget at the time, so it was really nice to just pay $15 to rent it essentially. And I do want to play through it again. I really love the game, and I'm probably gonna actually get it for either Xbox and just play through it on there, or buy it for the PC. But yeah, it's really awesome. Really recommend doing something like that.
Yep. Yeah, the Origin one isn't quite as good value.
Yeah.
It's worth it for me because I used to buy the $100 version of FIFA every year. And Origin Access Premier, if you sign up for the whole year, it costs $100 and you get the top edition of every Origin game. So I'm basically getting everything else for free. And then I'm getting the normal version of FIFA I would get. So
Yeah, it's cool.
yep. Ghost, Werecat, any other games you'd recommend right now? Oh, do we lose Ghost's audio again? Oh, you're muted.
Oh, I'm muted. That's why.
Okay.
So I've kind of with my kids been playing Minecraft a little bit on our LDS
Nice.
Gamers Minecraft server, and I wanted to talk about this because for those of you listening that have been or are currently playing on our Minecraft server, what I'm going to be doing is making all pets and trails free for the rest of,
Nice.
I guess, for a while anyway.
That's awesome.
So yeah, so if you've played on our server, you've seen that you can go to the shop on, I think it's like called Buycraft or something like that. But Baggins is, yeah. So we've also going to be adding a bunch of new pets like Pokemon, Pikachu,
Ooh.
Bulbasaur, Charmander, Dratini. There's a few other ones in there. You can have a Yoda pet. So yeah, those are all in there right now. And if you don't have access to the pets right now, let me know, because I'm pretty sure I made that available already to all the citizens. If you roll citizen or higher, you should have it.
Wow.
But I'll also be adding all the trails as well. So for those of you that don't know, the trails are like when you're walking around in Minecraft, like the blocks underneath you will change based on whichever trail you select. So they can all change like diamonds, or they'll all change to different blocks, carpet or whatever. You don't actually get to mine the diamond, but it's cool when you're walking around. People see, all the stuff changing around you as you walk around. Yeah, visually changes, right? But yeah, so fun stuff. Before you'd have to pay like $2 a pet or something like that, but I'm just making all the pets free. So
That's awesome.
yeah, and all the trails were like $2 a trail, but I'm just gonna make them all free. Hey, Werecat has a cat.
Found a cat.
Awesome.
Yeah. So tell everybody if you want to get on our Minecraft server, it's mc.ldsgamers.com.
Is that one of the free pets?
No, you can't have my cat.
Oh, and speaking of animals and pets, if I can do one quick final plug for a game, party game, and really fun with others. Actually, you have to play it with others. There's no other way to play it. Is Ultimate Chicken Horse. If you guys have not played Ultimate Chicken Horse, yes,
that's a fun one.
please.
It is
You
fun.
gotta buy it. Like, it is absolutely hilarious. It's so fun. I don't even know how to explain it. Just look it up on Steam or Xbox or wherever. The gist of it is you're a couple of farm animals. And you have to get from one side of the map to the other, and it's just a really short course. Like, takes no time at all to cross it. It's all on one screen. You're not moving very far. In each turn, you get to either place an object that helps you get there or makes it harder to get there. So you can either make it harder for other people or easier for yourself. But those choices affect everybody. So it's a hilarious party game and really wholesome, super fun, and it's great for anybody, no matter how good you are. So that's my final plug. Definitely.
Yeah, it's a good game.
Horse.
Game. Hey, Feral.
Hello, the feral.
The Feral.
How you doing?
Hey.
All right.
That's all I had.
Cool. Well, I think that's some really good stuff. I've definitely been keeping busy with lots of games. So I'm glad we have video games right now.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes. Very glad.
All right. So other stuff. Did you guys hear about GameStop and their whole debacle last week?
Yeah.
They
barely staying afloat as
they,
it is.
They essentially tried to classify themselves as an essential business so that they could stay open in states that, had specific rules telling retail businesses to close. And, they had 2 big game releases last week. They ended up releasing one of the games a day early. I think it was Doom. They released a day early so that Doom people would come in on Thursday and Animal Crossing people would come in on Friday. But it was just, it was so bad. And I saw since then the governor of Pennsylvania has revoked GameStop's business license.
Yep.
So once this ends, they can't reopen their stores in Pennsylvania. I wonder if other states will follow suit.
Wow.
But
That's hilarious.
They've been such a scammy, shady company for so long. It doesn't surprise me, but it's still so frustrating. I can't think of a business that's less of an essential business than GameStop. They just didn't want all those people to cancel their pre-orders and buy them digitally because that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I do all my games digitally. I can't remember the last time I bought a physical game.
Yeah, who buys physical games?
The last physical game I bought was midway through the Xbox 360 cycle. It's been a long time for me.
So much better to buy them digitally. Yes, you can't resell them, but I mean.
And for me, the draw was I had the Best Buy Gamers, which I missed doing by a week or two. I was so mad before they killed it because I could get $60 games for $40. So
for what? Sorry, you cut
$40.
out.
$60 games for 47. So it was a great deal. I could get them on sale the day they released.
Yeah.
So that was my motivation for getting physical. But now I do digital, and yeah, GameStop though. I am so mad they killed ThinkGeek. They acquired it and then they killed it, and I'm just like, that's not okay. ThinkGeek was amazing. I was so sad when I tried to log on a couple months ago or whatever, sometime last year, and it was gone, and I couldn't get any of that cool stuff. It was just all of a sudden out of nowhere, just life was great. And then all of a sudden I'm redirected to GameStop's website, and then I'm redirected to it doesn't exist anymore. I'm just like, so yeah,
That's
I got an 8-bit tie from them. Still have it. It's the coolest thing
Yeah.
ever. GameStop.
Yeah. I hope I wouldn't be upset if they just don't open up again after. Sorry if there's anyone in chat that works there, but
I've
hope
actually
you
only
find it.
go in there for the Think Geek stuff, like just the merchandise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they just open up Think Geek stores, I think that's fine.
Yeah, let's bring back ThinkGeek. That'd be awesome. Just bring back ThinkGeek. Great.
Yeah. Yep. I think yeah, Baggins makes a good point. The storage capacity is the main thing. I play on PC and I've got like 5.5 terabytes of storage in my system, so I've got plenty of space. For Switch, that it's a bit more of a challenge. You got to buy like a big external or SD card to hold all your games. So I think Switch is one of the main reasons GameStop is still around, because a lot of people prefer physical games for Switch. Also, the download time on Switch is a lot slower just because the network card isn't very good. So like I have a really fast connection and I can download a Steam game in like 20 minutes. But it takes like 6 hours to download a Switch game.
Dallin,
Hey, Dallin.
just catching us at the end.
Hey,
man.
hey.
Oh, one other thing I saw that was really cool.
Was it a picture of yourself?
Yes. No. It was this this math teacher taught his math class in Half-Life Alyx, because it's all online. So this is a part of the game that's like right at the beginning of the game. You're in this area. It's got a bunch of windows and like dry erase markers. And so
what?
he's like a geometry teacher, and he's talking about different types of angles and writing out definitions of all of these. And he goes through and he's like drawing angles on the on the window in the VR game way better than I could draw them on a real whiteboard. But
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That makes me want to go create a new save file and just do this. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can interact with everything in the world apparently. So in fact, I don't think I have the video, otherwise I'd totally have you throw it up. I saw it on Reddit, but this guy was like, you can interact with literally everything here. 10 out of 10 would stretch a rat again. And he opened up a trash can. Well, I know at first I was worried when I was watching, like, is this nasty? But it wasn't. It was actually hilarious because he opened up the can, pulled a dead rat out, and as he went to like pull it, the game completely glitched. It was like, and just like fanned the whole screen. It was just glitching everywhere.
That's amazing.
And it was just like, oh my god,
that's hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah, if I had, I should have thought to include the link to it, but it's on Reddit somewhere. So it was hilarious.
Yeah, I really enjoy that about VR, is just trying different things to see if it works. I was disappointed. I tried to push an elevator button with a big broom handle, and it didn't work, and I got so frustrated. I had to actually push it with my finger, and it made me sad.
That's awesome. Oh man.
Yeah, I thought this was pretty funny. I wonder if any of his students got motion sickness from math class.
Yeah.
That's funny. Awesome. Coolest math teacher ever.
Yeah. And there were lots of comments about him leaving the mouse cursor in the middle of the screen.
Oh,
and
no.
They're like, we know this is a real teacher because the mouse cursor is in the middle of the screen.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool. Well, tonight was fun. Thank you so much, everybody, for jumping on and joining us. And for those of you that will listen to this later, thanks for your support for the LDS Gamers community. We couldn't have done this without you guys. You guys make what LDSG is and you guys are motivating. So thank you. Stick around. Thank you for your support. If you're one of our Patreon supporters, thank you. I've been a little slow on getting some of the Patreon rewards out because we just finished our basement. I would say look behind me because that's where I am, but I have a green screen up. But
The
if you're a
watermelons. Follow the
Patreon patron,
watermelons. They will lead
you also
home.
come a hey, thanks to Slammin for the follow. You also get access to the sponsored channels in Discord. That's where I've been putting a lot of pictures up of stuff going on in the basement. The LDSG room. So, and also a lot of cats and animal pictures are in there too.
Yeah.
But hey, thanks for coming out tonight and watching us. And stay safe out there. Wash your hands and don't touch your face, which I've been doing like the whole stream. So,
Same.
We're in the safety of our home. We can do whatever we
Yeah,
want
I
here.
haven't left
That's
my
right.
house in like 2 weeks, so
Same.
touch my face all I want.
All right. Have a fantastic night, everybody.
Bye,
Peace.
everyone. Thanks.